Hello, class. I am so glad to be able to see you all today, or you all being able to see me to present to you this lesson on representing and solving problems that involve multiplication. We've been doing a lot with commutative property and distributive property. We've also started doing multiplication using arrays. Again, we're going to do some problems involving multiplication today. I'm going to show you a different strategy that you can use to help you with your multiplication. We're going to use some pictures today. So what I've done, I've created a problem, or I've written a problem using some apples right here. And so when I'm multiplying, I'm just going to pretend that me and Jane went to the farm and there was a bucket of apples. And so Jane, she picked 2 apples and I picked 2 apples. So now we're going to multiply to find the product. Remember, we talked about these two numbers are factors. And when we multiply these two factors together, we get a product. That is the answer to our multiplication problem. So 2 times 2 will equal 4. I can count. These are Jane apples. She had 2 apples. These are my apples. I had 2 apples. You multiply 2 times 2, it equals 4. All right. Another problem that I'm going to show you is we went to the garden when we left the farm. We had a great time. And we went to the garden and we picked some fresh flowers. Jane picked 3 flowers. I picked 3 flowers. Okay. Now, we want to multiply that. If I wanted to multiply the number of flowers that we need, that we want to pick next time, we're going to say, well, you know what? Let's double that number of flowers that we want to pick next time. So the next time, if we decide to go and pick some flowers, 3 times 3 will equal 9. Okay, so now I want you to be able to think about some flowers, right? Or think about something that you want to pick. Let's just pretend that you are at the farm. All right. And so they've been planting corn, they've been planting all types of vegetables, right? And we're going to pretend that you and your friend go to the farm. When we always talk about seed time and harvest time. When we plant something, what's going to happen? It's going to grow. So let's use that today. We're going to pretend that we are, I'm going to say some corn. I like corn on the cob, some fresh corn, right? So let's just pretend that Tyke went to the farm and he picked 5 ears of corn. 1, 2, let's make it look like corn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And JL picked 5 times as many corns as Tyke. So she picked 5. I'm sorry, Tyke picked 5. And JL picked 5 times as many corns as Tyke. So then we would have to multiply those two factors. 5 times 5 would give us what? 25. I can count 5 times. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Same thing right here. If I said that Jane picked 3 flowers and I picked 3 times as many, I picked 3 times as many. That means that I'm going to have to count by 3s, right? 3 times as many. So if she picked 3 and I did 3 times as many, I would count by 3. 3, 6, 9. So there's 2 different ways that we can look at that. Remember, sometimes you're going to hear problems and you're going to have to be able to understand the operation that you're going to have to use, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a problem for you to solve on your own, and I'm going to give you a few minutes to solve that problem. We're still on the farm. We're still picking things out of the garden, right? And on this time, I'm going to pretend that Layla picked some squash. She's picked some squash, right? So I'm going to say that Layla picked 4 batches of squash, okay? And we're going to say that Terrence picked 3 times as many batches of squash. So if she picked 4 batches of squash and oopsie, I've kind of helped you out a little bit. Let me let you finish solving the problem. All right, hopefully you've had a chance to solve the problem. So Layla did 4 batches of squash. Terrence did 3 times as many. So then I had to do 4 times 3. So I can count 4. I could do it this way too. 3 times. Oops. Right? So remember, I have my factors here. This right here, I have my add-ins. I'm trying to show you more than one strategy to help you. So 4 times 3, I count by 4. 4, 8, 12. Together, they had 12 batches of squash. Same thing right here. If I count 4 3 times, 4 plus 4 equals 8. 8 plus 4 equals 12. All right. I just wanted to use that as a strategy to show you. Are we going to master that today? No. This is what I want us to focus on. Okay. Now, for your homework, there are going to be a few problems up here for you to do. We're going to do 2 together. Okay, we'll do 2 of them together, and then you will complete the rest for homework. So we're not the rest. We'll do 2 together, and then you'll do the next 3 for homework. Then tomorrow we'll add to it so that we can make sure that we master that skill. Okay, so let's look right here. I have 2 times 2. So what I'm going to do is I can draw 2 times 2, right? And that's going to give me 4. What am I counting by? I'm counting by 2s. 2, 4. Remember, I don't want to continue to use my fingers. I want to be able to become fluent in multiplying. But this is a strategy that I can use. I can use some pictures here. I can also, remember I just told you about the add-ins. I can do 2 plus 2 because there's 2 how many times? 2 times. 2 plus 2 equals 4. All right? I'm going to do one more with you. Pay close attention, and then you'll be able to work on these tonight for homework. All right, so the next one, that was number 1. The next one is number 2. We have 3 times 2. So I'm going to have 3 how many times? 2 times. 3 times 2. I can do my pictures here. 3, 1, 2, 3. How many times? 2 times. That's going to give me 3 at the top, plus 3 more will give me 6. I can also use my add-ins. 3 plus 3, because I'm going to do 3 how many times? 2. That's also going to give me 6. I have shown you 3 ways, 3 strategies that you can use for multiplication. However, we're not going to master all of them today. We'll continue to practice and work on them. I'm going to give you a minute to look at this so that you can take some notes.